It's me, Zenobia Darling. You're listening to hashtag Rockstar Life, the Coffee Break podcast. Let's go. Where the hell's my cold brew at? Ooh, what's up, guys? It's me, Zenobia Darling. I am coming at you today on a Tuesday. It is like 9:15 in the evening, and I'm just gonna be honest. It's been a busy few weeks. I've been slammed at my day human job, I call it. I've also just have a lot of stuff coming because I have a lot of stuff coming up this summer that I'm doing. So make sure you go and like check it on social media because I'm telling you, I got a lot of shit happening this summer and a lot of cool stuff in the works that some I can't talk about, some I can, some's already out there, but it's just been busy. And then I'm at work today and I got out of a meeting and it's finally nice here in Maryland because the weather the past like 2 weeks has been fucking awful. It's been like 60. And I feel like I haven't seen the sun in 2 weeks. And then finally, Sunday night, like right as the sun was going down, the sun came out. And it was out yesterday, and it's out today. And it's nice, and it's a little warm today, but I like it a little warm. So it's my favorite weather, and I just watched the sunset. But I was in a meeting today at work, and then I said, oh shit, it's Tuesday. I got my podcast coming out on Thursday, and I don't have an episode yet. I have episodes in the works, but like there's just been some scheduling conflicts, and just again, I've been super fucking busy. So, I just kind of forgot. So I just went on Instagram and I did a question poll, and I said, give me your questions that you want me to answer, and boom, that's the episode you're getting today. So with all that said, let's do this espresso shot. So I don't know what I'm calling it. It's probably Bravo Instagram questions espresso shot. I don't know, something like that. I'm definitely talking about Bravo. And I got some about like pop stars that I thought were pretty good that people are asking me because you guys know I love Lady Gaga. I love Madonna. I love all that. But yeah, so let's get into this. Okay, first question. I'm not reading these fucking names. Some of you guys have the most dumbest, like, Instagram usernames that I'm gonna butcher. It saves the embarrassment of me butchering the language. So I'm not saying these damn names. Like, so if you sent it, you know who you are. I appreciate you following me and you responding, but I'm not saying your name. I'm just not. I mean, especially, I don't even know what the fuck this is. What's mine? Zenobia Darling. Simple. Boom. All right, up first. Thoughts on Vanderpump Rules? Well, that's a loaded question, darling. That is a very loaded fucking question because I gotta be honest, I have not been keeping up with Vanderpump Rules in real time because I'm kind of bored. This season it's falling flat on its face. I'm not really digging the characters. They're kind of shifting into like the thing about Vanderpump Rules is you're supposed to love to hate on the characters. And as Ben and Ronnie from Watch What Crappens call it, it's the lazy Susan of awful. They're all awful people doing awful things to each other. That is you can read my thesis on it. I mean, I talk about it 1,001 times on this podcast. But it works because they're monsters, people doing monstrous deeds to each other, and it reads as comedy instead of tragedy. It's an ancient Aristotle theater technique. So, there's some scholarly input into VPR. But I'm not loving to hate them. I just kind of hate them right now. Like, I like Sheena, but I can see how, I don't know. There's something about it where I'm like, I'm not digging Lala. I'm not digging Ariana. James Kennedy, like, where the fuck is like blackout drinking, with Ken telling him, I'm going to knock your Spock out. Where's that James Kennedy? Because that's the James Kennedy I want. I'm all for people healing. I'm all for people on, healing journeys and self-discovery and self-growth and working on your trauma and working on your mental neuroses, but not on reality television. If you sign up for a reality show, I want these people, I want them garbage gutter humans just in the depths of depravity. That's what I want. And I know that can be kind of jarring, but I'm not watching Vanderpump Rules to see upstanding moral citizens of the world. Same thing with Real Housewives. I want them to be kind of, I don't know, I want them to have some stuff that we can like pick apart and because there is like a societal context to it that we can learn from, and I'm not getting that this season. What I'm getting is it's a bunch of reality stars and a bunch of producers who are scrambling to put together a show. And finally, and I was waiting for it to happen because I knew it was going to happen because you had to. I was waiting for them to break the fourth wall, and they finally did in the series finale at that party in San Francisco, where Lala just was like, I don't know why this bitch is filming. She's not doing it, to Ariana. And I'm like, yes, like, I'm glad that they're finally, like, I've been saying they should have broke the fourth wall after season 7, because that's when VPR went downhill. And I wish they would have done it easier, because clearly, like, the Bravo audience, we all know what the fuck's going on. We're not idiots. We're not, country bumpkins who are watching this show acting like it's a real reality show. It is a reality show, but we do know that they're cast members on a reality show. That's how they're getting paid. That's what gives them the platform, is being reality stars on the show. And that's always been something that productions kind of glossed over, like, oh, they work at a restaurant. Lala hostessing a restaurant, meanwhile she's pulling up in like a Range Rover. It's like stuff like that where I'm like, these people are not like trying to pretend and cosplaying like they're working at a restaurant now is not working for me. And I'm glad that they finally did it. It took to the last, like, I don't know, it was the last like 10 minutes of the show, but it's still like, I'm glad they did it. And I agree. I think Ariana should not have come back this season. I understand that you just had a life-altering cheating scandal happen, and the desolvation, or whatever the fuck what is it? Dissolving of your 10-year relationship, which, let's all be honest, I know Vanderpump Rules. Like, if you go back and watch season 2, Sandoval has always been a cheater. Him, Jax, and Schwartz all live together, and they all are cheaters, and they all protect each other, and they've been doing it for years. And these people have not changed, really. And I think for the past few seasons, Sandoval really had like a better edit and then Jax did and Schwartz did. And it's kind of like, we kind of had the empathy, and we're like, oh, he's cool. And then we're like, then we saw that with the Sandoval. We're like, no, this person is not who you guys are gaslighting us to be. Like, producers are that's basically, I know that's like a cliche therapy term, but it's true though. It's like, they are kind of gaslighting us into thinking he's decent, and he wasn't. And I was picking up on that because it felt phony. And I think there's a lot about Tom and Ariana's relationship that we don't know. I do think that they have cheated multiple times. I do think that Tom has been with men and women, allegedly. I'm just saying that. I think Ariana there's other stuff where didn't Ariana eat Lala out in the back of the car while Tom was driving or something? I know that happened. Oh, we can't forget Miami Girl, who, Kristen and Lisa Vanderpump, a.k.a. production, flew from Miami to L.A. to confront Tom on the bar. And we got the glorious, suck a dick. Diana, go suck a dick. With Kristen, like, ripping a cig. We get that moment. So there's been, like, little moments. And there's also been, like, a lot of cheating rumors around Tom Sandoval that they kind of gloss over. And we never really saw the relationship. And I'm glad that Lala called that out. I appreciate that. And I do think that, they were setting up, and Ariana's not playing it, but also I love that little hot mic moment of Sandoval at the end, because we're like, we know who the fuck you are, Sandoval. You're a dick. You're a player. You're a narcissistic scumbag, and that's all you are. And it's like, we know who this person is. Like, I feel bad for Ariana, but at the same time, it's like, Ariana, I don't think you should have came back to the show. I don't. That's my thoughts. So take it or leave it, what you want. But yeah, in this reunion, I will say though, I am going to call this out because I pay for Peacock Premium. I don't know what the fuck. I think it's like $20 a month. I know I got too many damn streaming services, and, I see the little charge count of my Navy Fed account, which, my checking account, which I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. But anyway, so I charge for it, and and they've been doing the unedited episodes, the extended, uncensored. I love it uncensored. I fucking absolutely love that it's uncensored, because it hits differently. And we're all adults, and I'm paying for the premium service. They just need to make all the content unedited, because they just need to. I'm going to be 33 next week. Or no, excuse me. I'm going to be 25 next week. I'm an adult. I can handle when they say fuck and cunt and shit. I can handle that. And I appreciate that it is unedited because it hits good. It hits really good, especially when Katie she told who'd she tell? She told Brock to fuck off. She's like, I'm not the fucking one. I was like, yes. And I'm not a Katie person. Katie's not my fave. But hearing her say that and just hearing the uneditedness of it, I love it. I remember and I did have a question about New Jersey, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But this is a little bit of a backstory. So Real Housewives of New Jersey, it was the season premiere where Jackie and Teresa got into the shouting match at Margaret's house for that season premiere, and it was like Jackie was like, you started a rumor about my husband that's untrue, and Teresa, just being the dodo bird that she is, just whatever, and then Jackie was like, well, it's an analogy. Well, Gia does coke, and then Teresa was like, oh, you fucking cunt, you cunt, and leaves. Well, when that episode came out, I know people, and I had a screener of that episode, and the screener was unedited. So I remember watching that episode, and I was like hearing Teresa say cunt probably 12 times rapid fire in a row. Oh, I was like, we need all the shows unedited. It hits good, especially on like a more trashier show like Vanderpump Rules. It just, it's chef's kiss. It's perfect. I mean, and again, we're all adults. It is what it is. I'm paying enough. Make everything unedited. Bravo. Just do it. I want to see unedited. I want to see it all. Like, I don't need to don't edit it. So there's my little soapbox. But yeah, I remember that unedited screener, and I remember I was over that dude's house and we were watching it, and we were drinking a glass of wine and smoking some weed, and I remember just being dumbfounded. I was like, holy hell. I mean, it was visceral. Like, I'm telling you, it just hits better. It's like, I don't know. It's amazing. It's amazing. So, all right. The next question. Is this the last season of Vanderpump Rules? ... Oh, someone does the ellipses like me. That's a writing style that I do a lot. And I appreciate when people reciprocate that and do it in their writing. So, well, that ending did leave a lot to be desired. And I don't think they're going to cancel Vanderpump Rules. Production is on a pause, which I agree with, which is also going to throw it out because they always film during the summer. Vanderpump Rules is a very summery show. So I actually am pretty interested if they're going to film these bozos in the fall. Because I also know, like, Katie is a fall bitch. Like, and I remember Stassi was a basic bitch. So she would be all about, like, the pumpkin spice lattes, which I think taste like piss, from Starbucks. And, so I'm kind of excited to see, like, how these basic bitches do fall. It's interesting to me. And so that would be interesting, but I definitely can see where if Vanderpump Rules does come back, I think they're going to readjust the cast, because I don't know. I just kind of Sandoval needs to go. I'm done with him. Like, fuck off. Like, go away. Go. I don't know. Go. What was that damn show he was on where he was like in an ice bath that he kept plugging? The Foxtrot show in New Zealand where he like tortured himself and was, I embarrassed myself in front of all of humanity, and like doing his bullshit crying, which we all know what he's doing. He's self-serving and he's a fucking actor. Never forget that. Never forget that he is a fucking actor. So, I don't know, or go on like a Wii TV, like, I don't know, what is it? So if some of them went on Celeb Rehab, I would love. Celeb Rehab is one of my top favorite reality shows. It's so dark, but I know that's a side note, but I mean, I could definitely see something like that. I wish he would go on like a mental health show, because I think that would be very fascinating to see Sandoval, the narcissistic showboy that he is, and the actor, and a reality star actor. I mean, it's an acting style. It's one that I study, and Sandoval does it. That's one of the things I do like about him, is he does do it well. I think that would be very fascinating, having him on like a Celebrity Rehab or something, because I don't know, it would be interesting. I mean, I don't know, because he would be acting, but also Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot, but I mean, it could be the end. I don't know. One thing I do wish that they would do, I wish they would do this more on Bravo too. Where are the fucking queer people? I mean, we have one gay on the Valley, thank God. No, two gays, because the one girl, the black girl, came out as a lesbian, which I'm all about. I'm like, yes, I love that shit. But where the fuck are the gays? Lala's friend Logan, who, well, also on Vanderpump Rules, there is that Oscar Wilde gay subtext, because we all know in season 3, Jax did something with that modeling scout. Whether they 69'd and sucked each other's dicks or something happened. I'm just going to say that. Like, Jax has had same-sex relations or homosexual sexual encounters in his life. He just has. Sandoval too. And so I think is James Kennedy. And this is all alleged. I don't know this. I'm a drunk drag queen who's up in space, so don't take anything I say seriously. But I mean, a lot of the men on Vanderpump Rules, there is this gay subtext or this like queer subtext to a lot of them, which I find fascinating, but I am ready for like openly queer people. Like, can we get a drag queen? Can they do like a drag brunch at Tom Tom? And I don't know, one of the drag queens like is one of the new cast members. I would love to see a fucking drag queen on Bravo. Like, yes. What else? I also, I don't know. I want to see less white people, if that makes sense. I mean, it's LA. Come on, it's a diverse city. LA is very diverse. Like, let's see some. I just want to see something else. Like, I don't know, but they need to just refresh the cast, which it's needed. It's needed. So, all right, next question. Are you watching The Valley? I kind of like it in parentheses with a little tongue emoji. Oh, that's cute. So, I don't know. Oh, and I know who this is too. And you can stop messaging me because you're listening to this. Stop messaging me. I'm not going to do anything sexually with you. So, boom. I don't know. Long story. I'll say it offline, but I don't know. So, all right. Are you watching The Valley? I mean, I am. I'm not watching it in real time. I'm not, like, tonight's Tuesday. It's on. I'm not watching it in real time. I'm watching it. I normally watch it, like, the next, like, Thursday night, Friday night, you know, one of the two. But I like it. I will say, I am tired of, I've said this before, I'm tired of heteronormative hell. I'm tired of these heteronormative people who are in straight relationships and they all follow the same hallmark of like heteronormative lifestyle. It's always they date, they get married, they get engaged, they get married, then they have a baby. And then it's like they have these like goalposts when a lot of people don't subscribe to that. I think that's a false narrative I think it's a trap that, you know, and they're in this like, and they're all miserable. They're all fucking miserable. Like, you know, it's ridiculous. But, and the other thing I will say about The Valley, the most recent episode, there are 2 episodes, were really triggering because Zach the gay was excluded from something and he was crying about it. And that really triggered me because that has happened a lot in my life, is being excluded. And I think a lot of gay people are excluded out of couples things like that, and that heteronormative we're going on a baby shower in Big Bear, and you're not invited, Zach, because you're friends with Kristen, and it's shit like that where it's like, just let's be real. You didn't want Zach there because he's gay and it's not in your heteronormative bubble. And it was very triggering for me seeing him cry because it's like, you know, I'm a queer person, Zach is a queer person, and we queer people get excluded like that a lot. And also being like, it wasn't really cool to be gay up until about a few years ago. So when I grew up, I mean, you were ostracized and excluded. It's a lot of trauma that a lot of queer people have. And I think that's what Zach was having in that moment as well, because it's like, you are being excluded. It's mean. And that girl who did it is a fucking bitch. I mean, she looks horrible. We're not going to say that. We're going to edit that out. But you know, the girl who said it, that blonde bitch, she's a dumb, pregnant heifer. Like, go fuck yourself. That is a mean, awful person, and I hope your baby looks like, you know, and she looks like she's pregnant with a herd of cattle like Jessica Simpson. So there, I'm going to shade her and read her because she's a fucking bitch. How dare you do that shit? I understand not inviting Kristen and whoever the fuck that hillbilly dude from Colorado is that she's obsessed with having a baby with, even though they've been dating for like 3 months, and clearly it's not working. But I can see that. But the Zach dude, that's fucked up. Like, that's real fucked up. And the only reason she's pissed is because Zach said that she's a MAGA Republican, which most of these people probably are Republicans and MAGA. I mean, but at the same time, it's like, I also think that they said other stuff, like they're anti, like, drag queens, which that pisses me off. Like, drag queens are drag queens. Like, I'm not going to get political, but still, like, leave drag queens alone. We're good. But, like, it's shit like that where I'm like, I definitely think something was said. I definitely think that, I don't know, but to exclude him like that, go fuck yourself. But also, what they were saying was Zach was like, this is the cash trip, you're excluding me, which means I'm not going to be on camera. That's the fucked up shit that pisses me off, because it's like, girl, we know what you're doing, and that's why I say she's a dumb fucking heifer. Like, and I hope her baby looks like, a freaking cryptid. Like, it's like, girl, like, it's disgusting to me. It's disgusting, and it's so transparent. Again, we the Bravo watchers are smarter than we thought. Okay, so this is a good time to break for an ad break, so enjoy it. All right, ad break. I gotta pay for all this damn coffee I'm drinking and tea I'm spilling. It's me, Zenobia Darling. So, as many of you know, I'm more than just a podcaster, stand-up comic, and drag queen. I'm also a very accomplished painter and photographer, and you can check it all out on ZenobiaDarlingCreative.com. I have an art blog on there sponsored by the Harford County Cultural Arts Board, and just all my paintings, photography, you get podcast stuff. I have an art film that premiered in September that you can buy on there too. So make sure you check it out. It supports me, supports the podcast. All right, so let's get back to the podcast. All right, and we're back. I love the ad. It just makes me happy, and I always say, "Now let's get back to the podcast." So let's get back to bitching about these idiots on the Valley. So another person wrote, "Do you think Jax is a piece of shit?" with the shit emoji. Well, I mean, is the sky blue? Is a sunset? I don't know. Like, it's a sky blue. Is the water wet? Like, Jax is a piece of shit. The best part is he's such a moron and such an unevolved, just like caveman that he hasn't changed since like season 1 of Vanderpump Rules. It's like, you still are the same shit stirring piece of shit asshole that you always have been, Jax. And I'll tell you right now, him and Brittany are saying there was no cheating in that relationship. Well, I don't think they're telling us the full truth, because either they're non-monogamous and not saying that, or Jax is cheating, because I'll tell you right now, Jax isn't going a year without having sex. I mean, he's talking about going to the AMP coffee shop to get the gas station coffee, which, hey, I agree with. I actually just read something where Royal Farms got voted best gas station. I have to tell you, I enjoy Royal Farms. I do. I enjoy Wawa, too. And, but, so I get that Jax likes gas station coffee, because I do too. But I'll tell you right now, Jax he's probably getting his dick sucked by, I don't know, if a raccoon walked by and opened its mouth, he would try to put his dick in it. Because, I mean, I think he said that on camera, that I'm such a sex addict that I would fuck a hole in the wall. Like, so we know Jax is having sex. Whether they're telling us the truth of what their actual relationship is, or if Jax is cheating, TBD. But yeah, I mean, he's just a dumb monster. Like, really, like, and it's artistic. It really is. I mean, if someone wrote a play, I mean, I might do this. I mean, I'm working on a drag play, but like, I would love to play Jax Taylor on like a stage setting of Vanderpump Rules. Like, if someone took the script and turned it into like a Broadway production, like a play, I would love to play a character like Jax Taylor. Like, he's so fascinating, because there's like, I don't know, he's like a big, dumb, horny caveman. Like, he really is. And the way he talks to Brittany, run. But at the same time, being a Vanderpump Rules scholar, you got to remember, there's something off with her. As Wendy says, she got a ticky boom boom, because something was off with her, because she clearly watched the show, and she literally moved from Kentucky to LA and moved into that shitty Koreatown studio apartment. If you remember, they were fighting. They were doing this. Jax paid for her new boobs. He wanted them bigger than she wanted. And he's like, I'm paying for. They're a mess. They've always been fighting. He's cheated on her multiple times. Go back and watch it. It's like, I'm not surprised that they're getting divorced. I'm not. And he's a piece of shit. He's always been a piece of shit, and I don't know. I'm happy to see him and Kristen back on my screen though. I really am. So, and then last Valley question. Do you think that Lala and Sheena are going on to the Valley? I mean, I could see that. They've made cameos. I also can see Schwartz. I can see them intermingling them because there also was drama that they commented on something Katie said in Vanderpump Rules on the Valley because it started some drama there. I like that crossover. I definitely see where Bravo might be working in some type of crossover. I definitely can see it. I mean, they're all still like friends. They all still party together, and we're kind of getting more of an extended universe of this cross section of LA idiots that do horrible things to each other and that are miserable. So, I mean, it's gorgeous. I can definitely see where I can see Sheena and Lala like kind of filling in there. Cause I'm telling you that one bitch, the pregnant one who excluded Zach, that bitch needs to go. She's a fucking bitch. I hate her. Like, she's a dumb bitch. Ooh. All right. Oh, we got one more Val. God, how did I not see this? Have you ever done an ayahuasca trip like the dude on the Valley? Well, I'm just going to be real. I have dabbled in psychedelics. I do like some mushrooms. I do like weed. Weed's different, but I have, I mean, I'm down for an ayahuasca trip. I do think that psychedelics, they are healing medicine. A lot of indigenous cultures had them in, they were used in spiritual practices and healing practices and healing rituals. And I do think that there is something to it. But I have to tell you, one ayahuasca trip in the desert is not going to dissolve the ego on that fucking guy. I'll tell you right now. I mean, I've done mushrooms a few times. I've also done acid a few times. And like, I have to tell you, it didn't dissolve. I mean, in the moment, yeah, it dissolves your ego. And that's also, it kind of feels like a death too, because your ego but your ego does come back in a little bit. I mean, you definitely learn from every psychedelic experience. So I definitely think that like maybe something opened up in his brain. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, and then you come back in a fucking beanie, like, get the fuck out. And then we find out they divorced. So it's like, they just were miserable. I think he just wanted to get away and do drugs in the desert for a weekend. I mean, who does it? I mean, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I might do mushrooms this weekend. I don't know. I don't really do full trips anymore. If I do anything, it's, I like to microdose mushrooms. I don't like a full trip. I like to be kind of in that state. It makes me more mindful. Like last time I did mushrooms, I mean, I only did like a microdose, whereas my friend did a whole fucking trip and was like, I don't know, being nuts. Not nuts, but it was in a good way. But like, I don't know. I talked to my cat Melvin for like 20 minutes and then like he was like drinking from his water fountain. I just thought that was so amazing. Like, I literally sat there for 20 minutes staring at him and he's looking at me like, dude, what the fuck, Derek? I'm like, well, but Melvin's cool though. He's a cool cat. So, but yeah, that's some bullshit. Like, I mean, I do appreciate him talking about that. Being open that he did psychedelics because I do think that we are on the verge of a psychedelic revolution because I mean, there is something healing to it. I mean, I know I've had some healing done through psychedelic trips. And I do believe that there is something to ayahuasca. Because, I mean, there's ayahuasca, there's peyote, there's, I don't know, there's psychedelic thing. I think the chemical in ayahuasca specifically is DMT, which I don't even know the full chemical name. But, I mean, that DMT also is found in other things that other indigenous cultures around the world have been using for spiritual rituals. So, hey, if you got it, do it. It's all good. All right. Ooh, I just had to take a sip. What did I get? What am I drinking? I'm drinking the Wegmans brand sparkling water is fucking amazing. They had a sale on it, so I stocked up. I'm drinking the watermelon sparkling water from Wegmans. It's amazing. It's not sponsored, but I love it. And those of you on the West Coast, when next time you're on the East Coast, go to Wegmans. I don't really like Ralph's. I gotta be honest. I don't like Ralph's. That's the West Coast one. I've never been to Air One because it's full of dumb LA idiots. But I like a Wegmans. So, and while we're talking about drugs, I'm gonna take a bong hit. So, all right, what's up next? Ooh, That should be good. There, I blew some weed smoke into the microphone for you. So you get a nice contact high. So if you're on your way to work, enjoy. All right, up next. Are you excited about the Chromatica Ball film? Oh, fuck yes. Oh, fuck yes. I saw several dates of the Chromatica Ball like 2 years ago. It is one of Lady Gaga's best concerts I've ever seen. I honestly think it's better than the Monster Ball. The Monster Ball is the best Lady Gaga. The Born This Way Ball was good too. I mean, I love them all. I mean, probably my least favorite would be the Joanne Ball, or it wasn't my fave. I also really liked Enigma. I mean, I've seen Lady Gaga more times than I can count, and I love Lady Gaga. She's amazing. But I've been waiting because I knew they filmed the LA concert, and I was like, and my friend who's actually listening, Dylan, he actually was there in the LA concert where they filmed it. So like, I know that they filmed it, and I was waiting for the film, and I'm like, oh, fuck yes, Lady Gaga, do it. Do it, because Chromatica Ball is a return to Mother Monster. It's a return to that monster drag pop star that Gaga does so well. And Gaga just killed it. I mean, she really did. So yes, I will be watching it this weekend. I also am trying to get a private screening happening at an undisclosed location in Havre de Grace for my birthday. If you're cool, you will be invited. If not, sorry, get cooler. So, but yeah, I am very excited about the Chromatica Ball. So it is, I don't know. Should be fun. All right, up next. Real Housewives of New Jersey. So, whoa, who says that? Oh, God. Someone needs to go back to grammar school. This is some horrible. Do you like the cast divide on Jersey? I mean, I'm just going to be honest. I think this season of Jersey's a bit of a snooze fest. I really do. I just, I'm kind of over it. Like, I love Jersey. I mean, it's my fave, but I'm a little over it. Like, I don't know. Like, I know there's a divide. Teresa and Melissa, and that's actually a question which I'll get into, but we all know Teresa and Melissa, they don't like each other. They, Margaret, and there's definitely, it's like Margaret, Melissa, and then Dolores is neutral, and then it's Teresa, and then it's Jackie, and then Jennifer Aiden, who I actually really like Jennifer Aiden. She cracks me up. And then you get the Danielle girl who, I don't know. She gives some Drita Mob Wives energy. I mean, she really does. I'm like, that bitch, whew. I mean, she'll hit you with a hammer if you're not careful. But hey, that's why I like her though. Drita's the same way. And that's allegedly. I don't know shit. But I don't know. I don't really like the cast divide. And then someone else wrote, are you surprised by Melissa and Teresa not talking? No, they've never liked each other. And recently, I was just talking to my mom, and she got hooked on Jersey. She, just in the past, 3 years, has really got hooked into Real Housewives. And her foray into it was Real Housewives of Miami. The reboot. She loved it. I love Miami. Miami's, one of my favorites. And, so she got that, and then I had her watch New Jersey, because I was like, well, it's New Jersey. It's different. And I knew it would be, she hates Beverly Hills. She hates New York. She hates Dorinda, which I'm like, how do you hate Dorinda? I love Dorinda. But and she just recently went back and watched seasons 1, 2, and she's halfway through season 3. And she's like, this is so good. And but you really get to see, Teresa and Melissa have never liked each other. Even, Teresa, the season 2 reunion, the one where Teresa, threw Andy down on the couch or on the chair and went after Danielle. That was because Melissa and Joe were going through Danielle to try to get on the show. So, and Teresa was like, how dare you bring up my family? It's because, yeah, they were bringing up little Joey, or I don't know. What's the other one? They have 2 boys and a girl in the Gloria household, but I forget. There's Antonia, Gio, and I forget the other one. Oh God, that's horrible. I forget their names. But yeah, that's what that was about. So I don't know. It's they never liked each other. They were just pretending, and you always could tell. It was really apparent because they did really good at being cool with each other on through the seasons. They were cool on Jersey. But you could always tell there was tensions, and then it was the ultimate girls trip, and it was Teresa and Melissa were driving together to the airport, and I was like, oh, you people hate each other. I can sense it. You do not like each other. And they've just never liked each other. And that is so and you know, as sad as that is, because they are biological like siblings, and you know, if it's toxic, you don't got to be friends with them. You don't got to have them in your life. And that is sad to say, but at the same time, it is what it is. Oh, I hear a train. It's what is it? 10 o'clock at night, and there's a choo-choo freight train. I can hear it. It makes me happy. But all right, back to it. All right, last question on Jersey. Is Fuda the new housewife? Oh my God. Well, I have to say, is it John Fuda? I forget. Rachel Fuda. There's Rachel Fuda, who, I mean, she looks like a Jersey Shore extra if there's ever been one, looking like Morticia Adams does Jersey Shore. I mean, I appreciate that. But that husband of hers, John Fuda, he had a season 2 glow up. Clearly, he's on the Ozempic, which most of these Jersey house, Dolores is, Margaret is. I mean, they're all on Ozempic. And Teresa's a bodybuilder, so she's always going to work out and be in shape, which I appreciate. But Fuda wants to be a housewife. Like, and I love that he had a season 2 glow up. Ronnie from Watch What Crappens calls it the season 2 bitch flower bloomin'. And it is. And he went, and like, that's the thing also about Jersey that I like is like the men are involved. And to an extent, Melissa is not really the housewife. It's Joey. They just have Melissa on there for Joey and for Joey to be on that. And I appreciate that John Fuda is doing that. But at the same time, I'm like, it's a little thirsty for me. It's a little thirsty. So I don't know. So God, I've been talking for like almost 40 minutes. All right, I'm going to wrap this. I got 2 more questions. I got 3. Hold on. I just opened my damn phone. I got 3. I'll answer it. Here's one. Did you watch the Ghost Adventure Skinwalker Invasion special? Well, not to talk about upcoming programming, but I have an Espresso shot dedicated to it because I watched it and I got a lot of shit to say about it. So make sure you subscribe to the podcast feed because that episode will be coming out in the next few weeks. And I don't know. I started writing that set and I'm like, there's a lot there. I mean, it's amazing that season 28 of Ghost Adventures and Zach and the boys are still delivering some grade A bullshit, which I fucking love. So I don't know. All right, what's next? Most recent paranormal adventure. Oh, this is the same person asked the Ghost Adventures question. So, they're in my, hey, Han. Yeah, did part of my team, so I love her. Most recent paranormal activity. What did I do? Well, last night I was at, that's the other thing. I've been busy with ghost hunting shit. Last night we were at the place I get my hair done, the Odyssey Salon in Aberdeen. They were doing like their summer party for the stylists and they're all spooky. Like, you know, my hairstylist is spooky and she's Abby at Odyssey. She's amazing. I got her booked next week to blonde out my mohawk, which, you know, it's going to be amazing. But I was there. We got some evidence. So I don't want to talk much about it because we didn't really sign a release to release information. It does deal with some stuff, but yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. So that was my most recent paranormal adventure. I love ghost hunting. It's my fave. So I don't know. And I got some paranormal stuff in the works for the summer. So stay tuned. All right. Last question. And then I got to go to bed. I'm tired. It's been a day. All right. Ooh, oh God. Oh my God. This is, what pop diva do you not like? Well, God, who don't I like? Oh, I mean, I love pop music. I'm always going to love pop music. I love it. It's like candy. It's like, that's the type of music I like. And I love like Eurodance pop. Like I love that type of music. I love a pop starlet. I just love it. There's something about it that I've always been very attracted to. Who don't I like? Well, I like her music. But I find her live performances to be really sloppy and lacking, and that's Kim Petras. I have a lot of respect for Kim. I love Slut Pop. I love Slut Pop Miami. I love her music. What's the song? The Claws song, you know, you take my claws into my heart, and then something like that. I love it. What's the one? Head Honcho, where she goes, I suck big dicks like every day. I mean, it's artistically slutty. Like, that's what I love about it, is like Slut Pop is artistically slutty, and like I love Kim Petras on that. I have to tell you though, like I love like critiquing theater and dancing and all in concerts and stuff. Kim Petras, every video I've seen of her performing live, girl is lazy and sloppy. I was watching the one that, I mean, I think I sent it to my friend. Let me bring it up on my phone. It's the one where her and Sam what's his face or what's their face. Sorry, I didn't mean to butcher a pronoun. They were doing the Unholy song on like the AMAs or the Grammy Awards, and I was watching it. Here, I'll just play it. Right there, sloppy. Right there, if you watch it. So in the part where, so what happens is Sam finishes the first chorus and then it comes to Kim Petras' part. So they're kind of in like a mechanic shop and she's like under the car, like doing an oil change and like coveralls and like 8-inch fuck me stripper heels. And they pull her out from the thing and then they stand her up and then you can see they stand her up, but she didn't get her footing in her heels. So she's kind of like wobbling like Kristen Doty or like a baby giraffe. And I'm like, girl, that's a sloppy performer. That's someone that if you're going to be on that level of a platform and a stage, girl, you need to be spending months in the rehearsals. That should be muscle memory. And that's not a hard thing to do. I mean, the shoes were clearly weighted in the platforms to the front of it, so it wouldn't have been hard to find your footing, but that should have been seamless, and you're over there hobbling, and I clocked it. And then my friends... God, there I go coughing. My friend saw her, was it last year at Coachella, and sent me the videos, and I gotta say, girlfriend... Oh, it was bad. It looked like she was working out. She was sweating like a damn pig. She was... I don't know, she was doing like the half dance, like, you know, like I was, and she consistently does it. And that's Kim Petras, like, girl needs to be spending more time in the dance studio. I'm just saying it. Girl is a sloppy, unprofessional performer, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Sorry. The other one that, I like her music, but I still need to dig into like the ethics of what she's doing. And that's Ava Max. I like Ava Max. I like her music. But something's shady about it. Like, it's called interpolation. It's a music term where they take existing songs, melodies, and lyrics, and they re-sing them, and they slightly adjust them. Because I forget what the copyright, it has to be, like, changed, like, so much of a percentage. I know that from the art world. But a lot of her songs are interpolation, and it's one of those things, like, I was listening to whatever the song's called, ripped off a Shakira song from 10 years or 20 years ago, and I'm like, we all know what song that is. And I'm like, are you paying royalties to sample a Shakira beat? Because I don't think, because of interpolation, I don't think you have to do that. And I don't like that. Like, you need to pay the artist. Like, Nicki Minaj, for instance, she samples other songs and she pays for the samples and she pays to license the copyright for her music. And, you know, because Nicki Minaj is not a cheap bitch. And that's something with Ava Max that I'm like, what's going on here? Something's a little off. I do like her, though. I will say, you can definitely tell she definitely is a pop star from the post-Lady Gaga era. Like, you know, I'm watching her and I'm like, there's a little bit of Lady Gaga in her. And by a little bit, I mean, same thing as like, you know, but I mean, it's how pop divas are. I mean, Madonna walks, so Britney could do whatever Britney does. And then it's like, you know, so you had Madonna, and then after Madonna broke it big, then you had like Kylie Minogue, and you had a few other pop stars come out. I love Kylie Minogue too. Don't get me Kylie Minogue. Oh, I love Kylie Minogue. And then you had like Britney come out, and Britney did it, and then you had like Christina, Jessica, Mandy Moore or something. Like, you had other pop stars that were copying that same mold that came after her. And then right when like Lady Gaga and Nicki Minaj broke, like, and made it big, and they did the kind of theatrical, like, pop star, both of them changed pop music in their own individual ways. But, I mean, Lady Gaga and Nicki Minaj have a lot of similarities, but they are also very different, and I appreciate that. And I can definitely see where Ava Max is following, like, you know, is following that mold. So, there we go. So, all right, with all that said, I got a good episode coming next week. I'm actually going to be recording it this weekend. It's going to be really good. So stay tuned. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you follow me on the social medias. Again, I have a lot of good shit happening this summer. So, and with that, peace, love, and bang, guys. All right, back up to the UFO. I gotta go to bed.